Welcome to the next Porsche Top 5 episode. Today, we're about to have a look at the 5 great air-cooled engines from Porsche. But before we start with our ranking, welcome Patrick Long, Porsche factory racing driver, winner of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and founder of the unique Luftgekühlt Festival in the United States.
Hi, I'm Patrick Long, and this is the Top 5. Today, the subject, one of my favorites, the Porsche air-cooled engine. Let's take a look. To the naked eye, this seems like your daily driver cabriolet, but underneath, it's race-inspired technology. Disc brakes, a high-horsepower 2000 GS GT engine, lightened doors and hoods. On the coupe version, plexiglass quarter and rear windows. As a cabriolet, a weekend getaway car, but underneath, rally stage winning technology. When the word Carrera is met with a Porsche product, you know it's race-inspired. At its most powerful version, 155 horsepower doesn't sound like much, but this car was taking its toll on the competition with twice the displacement that they had. The 1600 and 2-liter engines, a dual overhead cam or 4-cam engine is where the magic happened in this car. 0 to 100K in 9 seconds. In the early 60s, this was a seriously quick car. The 804 holds a huge amount of history for an American named Gurney to take this car to a Formula One victory for Porsche. Flat 8, air-cooled, double wishbone suspension, torsion bar with internal shock absorbers. I realized quickly that the steering wheel has a quick-release spline system. That is familiar. What's not so familiar is a knockoff style hub to get the steering wheel off. Nothing quick about this quick release. I don't think this car was quick to get in and out of. Luckily, it was quick on the racetrack. Actually, the ergonomics of this car are pretty nice. You don't want to think what you're sitting on, which is a fuel tank, but past that, for my 5'9", it doesn't fit too bad. In Rouen, just outside of Normandy, Dan Gurney took this car to Porsche's sole Formula One success in a World Championship race. The day, 1962, with only 4 of these examples ever made, this is a piece of Porsche's Formula One history. In 1995, the engineers were at it once again. Enter the 993, a 3.6-liter turbocharged Porsche, the last of the air-cooled 911s. The easiest aesthetic difference with the 993 Turbo is its rear wing. Wide, sleek, and following the shape of the 911 design as it comes back over the engine lid. Eliminating lift and providing downforce was key, as a 450 horsepower engine pushed the speeds on the Autobahn to something we hadn't seen to date. The constant evolution of the engineers in Weissach pushed this car from 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. That was achieved by limiting turbo lag. All-wheel drive put the power down, and the turbos finished the job. Performance-based, but aesthetically, this 993 pushes the envelope for me. One of the most beautiful designs I've ever seen. In 1968, the Porsche 908 enters the frame. On the back of lots of prototype success from PX Design, the Flat 8 leaves nothing to desire. An open-top prototype, you can tell the driver didn't have much to desire as far as sound, with the engine resting just behind the driver's ear. The FIA decided to limit the engine capacity to 3 liters. At just 545 kilograms, lightweight continued to be what pushed this car to new levels. This car was put to its test where you needed agility and quick direction change. As you can see, the fan shroud is inverted, sitting just inches behind the driver's shoulders. Long hair and this car did not mix. The 9083 to me is one of the big icons in the motorsport development stages of the prototypes of Porsche's history. The 917 Longtail. To me, nothing morphs the heyday of when men were men racing at Le Mans and pure art. with a flat 12, 600 horsepower, 4.9-liter engine. It was the fastest car at Le Mans in 1971. 386 kilometers per hour. In the early 1970s, that made the drivers in these cars pioneers. The engineers lowered the rear shape of the fender and let that line flow into a sharper and lower rear wing. A flat fan mounted horizontally. As you look down at the car, you can see that turning at a high rotational speed. The driver's head just in front of the engine. There's no better soundtrack to create emotion than driving a 917, an experience that I'll never forget. The LH to me, with the Martini livery, is one car that's forever burnt into my mind. So there you have it, my top 5 Porsche air-cooled engines. 5 diverse examples, all legends in their own right. A pretty amazing collection. I'll see you next time.
Top-performing race cars don't always have to be bulky. The best athletes from Porsche have always had a slim silhouette and outclassed their competitors. Next time, we will meet Lars Kern in his record-breaking GT2 RS. Stay tuned and see you then.